At Atomy, there are some exact sources where our commissions come from. Do you buy toothpaste and toothbrush even if you aren't associated with Atomy? Or not? Of course you do. Do you buy cosmetics or not? Of course you do. Do you eat ramen or not? Of course you eat. The money's going to a discount store, an online shopping mall, or a local store eventually. Instead, the money goes to Atomy. The toothpaste and toothbrush, are they more expensive or cheaper than other places or not? They are lower price. The toothpaste is the size of a baby's forearm. Usually, businessmen tend to tell a bit of a lie. Just keep that in mind and listen. Anyway, it's the size of a baby's forearm. I'm a bit conscientious, though. I'm not saying it's the size of an adult's forearm. Instead, I'm saying it's the size of a baby's. So 200-gram product sells for 2,900 Korean won. Everyone, toothbrushes and toothpaste are usually 3,000 Korean won and 5,000 Korean won wherever you go. When it becomes like a functional toothpaste sold at pharmacies, the size shrinks like this with propolis in it. But that ranges from 10,000 to 30,000 Korean won, though it's only half the size. But our functional toothpaste, if we sell 200 grams for 3,000 Korean won, it's even cheaper than regular toothpastes. Then it's worth trying, isn't it? Nothing to lose, right? So there is no harm even in consumption itself. The most basic of trading is the principle of consumer interest. So when you run this distribution business, it is accurate to judge whether it is in accordance with the principle of consumer interest or not. So a toothbrush made by Atomy is 990 Korean won. So how much does a toothbrush usually cost? 2,000 Korean won, 3,000 Korean won, yes? Then with the same money, we can buy 2 at Atomy instead of buying only 1 at other places. At the moment of buying, the consumer benefits twice as much. So, if you sell toothbrushes for 990 Korean won and toothpastes for 2,900 Korean won, where does that money come from? You had to pay more at a discount store or TV home shopping, but you bought them cheaper. Is there anyone who's at a loss? Is there? No one, right? But again, the company cuts costs with the combination of rational production and distribution, such as the principle of one item per company or mass production. A company that sells such high-quality toothbrushes for 990 Korean won itself is a profit the moment one buys it, and it even lowers the price again, automates it, and pays the raw material price in advance, lowering the cost and even paying a commission again. So, there is one way to increase the value of the created. That is the method of creating added value by turning to a more rationally valuable direction. And if the same quality is produced while reducing the cost, that will also create added value. We want to share the result of creating added value with you all. The commission you take has a moral foundation. It's money with a solid source, scientifically, rationally lowering the cost and creating a system that is now available to you. This is what Atomy is about. Absolute Skincare received the King Sejong Award. Have you all heard of the IR52 Jangyeongshil Award? Yes, the King Sejong Award is quite rare. Why? On average, about 130,000 invention patents are registered per year. Even if it's patented, that's a great technology. Not just everything is registered with the IP office. If you take the first place among those 130,000, it will receive the King Sejong Award. But our cosmetics product received it. If it's a product like that, it's spread all over the world. We haven't opened to Mongolia right now, but they say that hundreds of millions worth of goods in Korean won are being sold in Mongolia a month. I don't even know why it sells like that. But that's how it goes. Why do you think? Atomy products are so affordable and good among Korean products. So, whether making money or not, people would use Atomy products. It's spreading like that. So our products trailblaze markets first. So when those products start selling in a country, then our branch enters. Hundreds of millions worth of products in Korean won are sold in Spain now as well. I mean, there hasn't been a branch there yet. So does this make sense or not? It does make sense. You have to know what's actually happening. So we need to broaden our perspectives and see if this works or not among us. What kind of person would be successful? I guess I should use this toothpaste and toothbrush. There's no such quality cosmetics at this price. These are absolute quality, absolute price. I will use them too. I hope someone I know would use it as well. Smart people would obviously use it. Then, even if there are people who don't realize that, hey, you idiot! Yeah, there are a lot of stupids in the world. There are a lot of people who don't recognize even if you give them good things, then they're the only ones who are at a loss. Yeah, I'll see you later after I succeed. This gives us the strength to continue working again. But a loser is a failure from the start. Why fail? They say, I can't do it. When you say, let's do it, then after trying a few times, they come and say, look, I told you it wouldn't work. It definitely has some values. It wouldn't hurt others. Then we do it with conviction. I'm not ashamed. This isn't to harm you in any way. It will benefit you too. I will use this product for the rest of my life too. If we do this with such a bold mind, we can become a success. Everyone, Atomy is a business that starts with the goal of earning 100 million Korean won a month. When we become an Imperial Master, we earn 100 million Korean won per month. That's not all. There are promotions that you receive even in the process of becoming an Imperial Master. If you become an Imperial Master, you get 1 billion Korean won. Before that, even when you become a Crown Master, we get 300 million Korean won. If you become a Royal Master before that, we get 50 million Korean won. And you can travel abroad and do all the things you want, like living in a house you want. I mean, if you get 1 billion Korean won, you can do all these things. If that's the case, I'm saying that this is really something worth trying. But will it be easy, or should we really have to do it as if our life depends on it? As if our life depends on it. We must do it as if our life really depends on it. And will everything be just fine? Or will we run into absurd nonsense along the way? We might face it. Then will it happen overnight, or do we have to dedicate ourselves for many years? We have to dedicate ourselves and suffer for years. Because everyone, if you want to become an Imperial Master, please count the number of sales masters below. Is that difficult? Then you can look this way. To become a sales master, you need to have 2.5 million on both sides. Around that number. For that to happen every month, if you want to become an auto sales master, you have to have customers who automatically make purchases for you. To do that, about 50 households should be on the left and right. Then you can become an auto sales master, making 2 to 4 million Korean won a month. Aim for auto sales master first. To do that, 50 households should like Atomy products and automatically continue purchasing cosmetics, shampoos, etc. To do that, you need to train them as well, right? You have to introduce the product too, right? That's why we usually have to work hard for about a year. Of course, in the beginning, when people worked hard 24/7, they could become a sales master in 3 months, Diamond in 6 months, Sharon Rose in 1 year, and so on. There may still be people like that, but that's not an average. So if we try to create 50 such households, it may take a year, but we can also do it in 3 months. Why? We could not just go home. Spend 24 hours, by just going to another city, sleeping in a jjimjilbang, sleeping anywhere, and just keep moving for 24 hours. Then we just catch someone to work with. I will make you succeed. We have to go and say like this. I will make it happen. Just keep introducing people to me. This is what works among people. But first, just shout, help, and do whatever it takes to make them successful and whatnot. Then let's say we couldn't make it happen. No success, and no success. In the process of not being successful, our skills are improving. So after 10th trial, we finally make that person successful. So, our courage is more important than our skills. Then it's important for us to dream big. 101 million Korean won per month, okay? Aim for 100 million Korean won per month. However, some people become humble and say, oh, if I earn just 2 million Korean won, I have no further wish. Gosh. An Imperial master, Yeon-soo Kim, also said her goal was to earn 2 million Korean won a month at first because after trying a lot of multi-level businesses for 10 years, she said it just didn't work for her. So she said if I earn 2 million a month, I will have no more wish before she started Atomy. But now she earns 100 million Korean won a month. So, you shouldn't have small dreams. What happens when you have small dreams? If dreams are small, then there rises a small problem. You face it and think, do I really have to do this to just earn 2 million Korean won? And then you just give up. But let's say the wheel of your dreams is as big as this. Then even if there is a big problem like this, you'll endure and deal with it. If you ride roller skate with small-sized wheels, you would even trip over a small crack like this. A lot of people are like that. Some of you are laughing right now. They're tripping over a small crack and stuck right now, but they're like, oh my, I wish I could just make 2 million won. And they can't say a thing when someone's making 5 million Korean won elsewhere. If I earn that much, I wouldn't do this and everything would be fine, but they would feel so envious that they can't even mention it. Everyone targets the people who make a lot of money. Target smart people. You have to make the people who are making a lot of money now as your business partners. Do you know why? People who don't make a lot of money have a reason. The first is negative thinking. But people who make a lot of money are usually people with a relatively hopeful personality. And they're thinking of making more money. So, you have to think of this Atomy business as a big business. Your goal should be to make 100 million Korean won a month. But the problem is that we can't believe it. We can't believe that we could earn 100 million Korean won. But is there a 1% possibility or not? There sure is. In the world, the things that happen because they are 100% possible are probably not helpful to us. 100% viable businesses are businesses that don't make much money. Perhaps among the people here, let's say someone tries selling bungyopang through street food stall business in the neighborhood. Then she or he buys a bungyopang machine and bakes bungyopang in front of school, etc. But that's probably going to happen 99% of the time if we want to, right? But will that make enough money? So, because you have at least 1% chance, you think in your mind, may I give it a try? Could it work? But if something that's not possible at all just pops into your head, then that's a problem. There's not even 1% chance. Here's a 50-year-old woman. Suddenly, she decides to go to the military academy and become a great general. She just got this kind of thought, and starts to salute everyone she meets, then she's in trouble. That's 100% impossible. Why? The military academy never accepts a woman in her 50s. So that's a 0 chance. But we aren't 100% convinced that we'll make 100 million Korean won a month by becoming an Imperial master. We may not even believe 50% of it. But what about around 10%? Even if it's 99% no, there's a 1% chance, isn't it? There is. Then we should challenge it. A challenge is of great value when we challenge a low possibility. Everyone, let's say that I'm trapped in a dark cave. Trapped in a dark cave, I see a small cave entrance in the distance, the size of a coin. Then I say, oh, it's 99.9% of this cave is dark. How would I get out of here through that light, which is the size of a coin? I'm going to die here. There's no use going to that light. People who would think so will die in that cave in the end. We are trapped in the darkness of this cave called poverty. But I see a coin-sized light called Atomy from afar. Then, how does my body get out of that coin-sized hole? Because that light is less than 1%. Do I have to behave like this? I shouldn't. We have to go towards that light. As it is still dark as we go, our knees may break over jagged stones, and our feet may bleed. But we still have to go towards that light. Atomy is a company that does that. Atomy gathered 17 people at the beginning and said, we can go global at a duck restaurant. You can be the Imperial master. When I said, I will give you 1 billion Korean won with a forklift when you become an Imperial master, the chances were less than 1% realistically. As it was highly unlikely, with a very low chance, though I shouted it out to everyone. When I was alone, I was worried. What if it doesn't work? I was so scared that I was trembling. What if not? If it doesn't work, I'll be a scammer again. What if I really become a scammer? And yet, we have to go toward the light. Even if it's a light the size of a coin, we have to go toward it. Right now, there are already 12 Imperial Masters sitting there, 12 or 14. Now even the number of Imperial Masters is confusing. Atomy's been getting bigger anyway. And now the Crown Masters are coming out overseas too, and the proof that Atomy is already working. We already have social proof. We can go towards seeing those people. That's why I'm telling you guys to shout it out and see for yourself with confidence. So don't worry. You don't believe what I've said. Even if I'm just saying this right now, you all think, be that as it may, and think that I am overstating. So to deliver the truth, the fact is about this much. What's up with Atomy? What's up with earning 100 million Korean won? Is Atomy the only place to earn 100 million Korean won in the world? There are many people who make billions of Korean won a day. It's not a big deal. It's not much earning 100 million Korean won a month at Atomy. What if I talk like that? It's not much. Then people think, why would I want to be doing something like that and leave? So do you know how big it is to make 100 million Korean won a month? That's why I'm just shouting out loud like that. Write your life scenario about what kind of person you want to be. And you say that to the people around you. The idea is this. I started a business that makes 100 million Korean won. It's a waste doing it alone. Let's do it together. I'll help. But even if you know it won't be of much help, you have to say that you'll help. Then, that person might think that she or he has a person to keep as a subordinate. If you say that you will help, that person wouldn't consider you as a captain and think, oh, I can follow this person, but rather, big shot level thinks, I have a subordinate who'd listen to me well. They consider the sponsor as a subordinate. What's wrong with that? Oh, if the partner is doing well and I become an Imperial master, then what if I go there and be a subordinate? What if I get trampled on? So go ahead and say, I'll help you. I'll do my best. Let's do this together. Let's do it together. If you do this, some of you will be successful. The people next to you are just as broke as now. After 5 or 10 years, some people would become rich and some continue to be poor. And those people can be divided by a difference of opinion here. Everyone who's come today, please study more about Atomy. Not knowing properly after talking with others when things don't work the way they want, they just say it's not working. Of course not, because they aren't doing it right. So some people just participated in seminars for 3 months, and on YouTube, they listened to the whole thing for many hours a day. When you see these people, they would be successful. So I hope that everyone who came today will have an opportunity to get to know Atomy properly. Thank you all.